Hey y'all, Instinct Survivors coming again with another 2-Tip Tuesday. The bears have left the building. They got packed up. So, long story short, it's 2-Tip Tuesday. What does that mean? Well, 2 tips. Didn't you hear the intro? This time we'll be talking about axes. Ooh, yeah, baby. And ferro rods. Now, what do the two have to do with each other? Not much of nothing. Kind of like when we look at some of the other stuff, we're going to start expanding out into other areas where we may only have a tip over here for something and a tip over here for something. So in this case, the axe and the ferro rod, while you can chop wood and strike a fire to light the wood on fire, it's not really kind of like, oh, I don't know, let me think, bacon and coffee. Hey, if you didn't watch that one, what are you waiting on? Go check that out, come back to this, okay? Anyway, so we're going to start off with this ferro rod. So guys, you axe folks, you're going to have to wait. We're going to start off with a ferro rod. And the reason we're starting with a ferro rod and what the whole tip is because I actually was teaching a young gentleman the other week how to start a ferro rod fire, or fire with a ferro rod, if you will. And what I saw him doing is he was pushing everything and pushing the tinder bundle across the whole fire pit. And I'm like, dude, you got to stop. He's built fires. He's from South Georgia. He's built fires, and because I asked, I said, "Dude, you've built fires before?" He goes, "Yeah, but every time we use pallet wood and and diesel fuel." I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're not starting a bonfire." He goes, "Well, that's all I know how to do." So I tried teaching him. Now, the tip that I'm going to give you today on how to strike a ferro rod is not just mine. I mean, I've seen it over and over and over. And in fact, I'm going to give you an extra tip that I'm not sure how to do. I've still got to work on that a little bit. But Survival Sherpa recommended this to me a while back. He actually did a video on it. I'll try to find it and put the link down below. But Survival Sherpa found it from somebody else. And so what that was actually to use your thumb to push down into and strike. So it was, going in and saying, okay, let me do it that way. I still have problems with that one. It doesn't work as effective for me. Maybe it's just because I'm using the striker and not a knife back or knife spine. But nevertheless, it's one of those things I'm going to keep trying. But one way to do this, if you're continually striking into the tinder bundle and that works for you and you're not knocking it all over the place, continue. These are never for you to stop doing what you're doing, is to cause you to think and maybe expand on some of the other knowledge. One of my goals for next year is expand on existing knowledge, not necessarily learn new stuff. It's expanding on the stuff that I already know. But one way to do this is, instead of going and pushing into the bundle and continually beating it down or pushing it across the fire, is to actually pull the rod. The function, the physics of it, if you want to go that route, is still the same. So when we look at what happens, right, you see it going this way, you see the rod going kind of the opposite way. The difference is that the force is being pulled, not pushed, okay? So we're doing the same function as this, but we're doing it in reverse order, all right? Now, does that work? Does it help out? Well, if I lock down where my hand is for my spine, if you will, or for my knife spine, and pull, then yeah, you can see it does work, right? I did not send this across the yard. I didn't send it across anything. So it's easily done by pulling the actual ferro rod from the striker or the knife spine. All right, so there's your tip 1. Beat that out and save it for later because we're not starting a fire this afternoon. So you want to close up? Pull. Okay, real simple, real easy. All right, ferro rod goes away. I know, especially Kevin Bowen. I know you're drooling. He's got an axe. Yeah, I got an axe, buddy. So this is Expedition Gear axe that I just bought a couple of weeks back, probably, well, I guess it's been a month ago. And it needs some work, so it needs some work. Still got the tag on it. Look at that, mini pearl style, if you will. But one of the things I noticed that I saw somebody else doing a video, and I'm like, that could probably be wrong. And one thing is when you're looking at sharpening an axe blade, yeah, there's probably multiple ways to do it. You can do it with a puck and go, a circular fashion or what have you. But I'm going to be honest with you, I got schooled. All right, I flat got schooled. I wasn't sure how to do it. I'd always taken and just crank down on it with a file. In fact, this one's probably not going to do what I want it to do. I'm only using this one to show you. But I'm going to be honest with you. Who told me how to work on an axe? Yeah, Dave Canterbury. I'll just go ahead and say it. Whether you like him or not, hey, the guy has taught me a lot of stuff. So I was taking one of his classes, and I'm sitting there going to town on an axe, and he goes, stop, just stop. Take your file and do it this way. So I started learning. I started practicing. I started doing it, and the end result was wow, big difference. So what is the difference? Well, I see some guys actually going this way, and yeah, all their hand is on the top, and they have the guard on it like this one. You have the top, and you're going towards the blade itself. I'm going to be honest with you, that is not safe. It takes one slip, especially if you've already got a good edge on it, especially if it's hair popping. That's going to slice you open, and well, then I'm going to have to visit you for a different reason, and that's to repair your fingers or what have you. But what we did is we took this and we took the knife, or the axe edge, and went this way. Now, some of you are sitting there going, duh, Bill, of course. Okay, it takes me a little bit. I've got a thick head. I'm from South Alabama. What else can I say? So we were able to go in and put it on our knee, if you will, and I'll just do it this way. Lock it down and go kind of this way to go into it. And you can feel it cutting into it. Now, what I'm getting at is it's not just a matter of going going like that. That works just fine. Okay, you can continually go down. What I have been doing and finding that works better, okay, again, if it's something you're doing and it works great, then you don't have to change, right? But is actually going along it this way, using the full extent. Now, I'm not taking and rounding it off this way, right? Because all that's going to do is just round your blade edge over. But just finding the area, and you'll find where it cuts into it, and I'll give you the exact words that Dave Canterbury gave me. Get to where you've got the angle on it to where you feel it cutting into the blade edge. And when you do, that's when you just keep going. Then you flip it over, and you do the same thing the other side. Okay, so we gave a little lesson on sharpening knives. I wanted to give you this one on sharpening axes. Take your file, make sure you got a flat edge. Don't use a round side. You'll see that this is flat on one, round on the other. Go against or go backwards, if you will, pushing out from the edge. And what you'll notice is, if you remember the video on reverse knife sharpening, how we take and pull it that way. Look familiar? Which way is the file going? It's going out from the edge. So it's doing the exact same thing. In fact, I had a comment on that video that said, hey, I've been doing that with my axes for years. Hadn't thought about it with my knife. Great. Okay, that's what we're trying to do, is get you to think. I've got some time to spend on this, so it's going to take a little bit, because that is not acceptable. Kevin, yeah, I know, buddy. I know. But that's putting a little wrist action into it. So, folks, there you have it. The 2 tips: how to pull a ferro rod to start a fire. Da-da-da. How to effectively sharpen an axe. Now, it's a nice little camp axe. Nice weight to it as well. Hey, guess what? 20 bucks. Yeah, baby. Feeling good about that one. Love the face on it. Anyway, hey guys, thanks for all that you do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other 2 Tip Tuesdays. Check out some of the other videos that are out there. And until then, use your instincts to survive. Thanks for watching. Kevin Bowen, if you're still watching, good Lord, this thing's dull.